G'day.
G'day. How we going?
Great. You?
Yeah, good. It's a
Oh,
beautiful day here today. Absolutely gorgeous. I nearly got sunburnt. Actually, I probably am a bit sunburnt.
it's really warm here too.
Yeah, because I was out in the sun for an hour and a
Mm,
half
yeah,
at,
watching
at
soccer.
soccer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I ended up wrapping something around my face to keep the sun out of my eyes. So I sent a very flattering photo to
I
you.
saw it. Yeah, it was very good.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so I rugged myself up to go to soccer because it's been absolutely
Oh,
freezing. I've been scraping ice off my car this week in the mornings. And so I rugged myself up and I get there and I'm like, I'm hot, Crazy. Yeah.
welcome to Cappuccino Yarn.
Oh, yes. That's a good idea. Welcome, people.
Welcome. Hi. This is Cappuccino Yarn, and we talk about yarn stuff.
Yep.
Yes. I'm Jill. Cappuccino Yarn on. No, I'm not. I'm Jill, and I'm Tea in a Yarn on
That's the
Instagram and
one.
Ravelry.
And I'm Kylie. I'm Crafty Mama on Instagram and Ravelry. And the snoring is my dog because she went to soccer this morning and she is exhausted.
Oh, bless.
Sorry.
And she wore one of her Stephen West
Sweaters. No,
outfits. Oh,
no. I thought about it, but I was like, you'll be okay in the sun because I could tell it was sunny.
mm,
And she definitely didn't need it. She was so hot.
yeah.
Um, I had to give her water out of my keep cup
Oh, bless.
because I couldn't get coffee in my keep cup because the coffee van wasn't there. So anyway, first world problems, right?
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
And have you come down after our high of fibre squishing
Oh,
in Hamilton?
I had such a good day that
Yeah,
day. It was
that's great.
great, wasn't it?
It was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been good. I've been a little overwhelmed by all the fiber, but I've been swatching, so
Nice.
and spending a lot of time scheming.
Mm. You
Mm.
know,
What about you?
there's another chance of buying more next week.
At Tauranga?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
the Taronga Creative Fibre or Bay Plenty Creative Fibre have got an event on at the race course for 3 days.
Mm.
So Saturday, Sunday, and Monday.
But I think the traders are only there on Saturday. Is that correct?
Some of them are there Saturday and Sunday. Some are there Sunday, Monday. It just yeah.
Ah, well, I'm going to steer clear of that because I need more yarn and tools and fiber and all of that, like a shot in the head.
Yep. So
And also, next weekend we're having a crank-in at our local
what's
group.
a cranking?
Okay, a crank-in is where people bring their sock machines to crank socks
Oh,
and tubes.
nice.
So we're going to have at least 3 machines there, which is pretty decent effort actually.
Yeah.
Um, and we'll have one just demonstrating how to knit socks from where to go on
Mm-hmm.
the machine. And then the other two will be for people to do sock tubes.
Oh, cool.
And we'll have like different size um, cylinders set up so people can crank their own sock tubes and show people how to make socks from tubes. So
Nice, nice.
yeah. And yeah, our Monday night group, the lady Kathy has opened her home up to our Saturday group to come,
Oh,
and
oh,
she's got a
cool.
she's got a really great space, so that was very kind of her.
That's true.
Yeah.
She does have a great space.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Oh,
that will potentially be a very big day.
yeah.
Um,
How
I
long are you going till?
well, until people leave,
Hmm.
but yeah, we haven't really specified a time, but the Saturday group normally goes from 10 till 12 at a cafe.
Yeah.
Now we are asking people to bring a plate so that because there's no shops anywhere near Kathy's.
No.
Um, but we're sort of thinking people will probably stay late past 12.
Yeah.
We've already anticipated that. I'll be getting there at 9:30 to set everything up.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm probably going to leave my machine there
Yeah.
because my mum's coming the week after. So I just thought, I'm not, and sorry, and so my sock machine normally lives in our spare room. So I'm not going to bother taking it down, taking it home when, yeah. So
Yeah.
Kathy might decide to play. She does it.
And then
Yeah.
you can do sock tubes on Monday night too.
I could too. That's true. Yeah. That could be fun. Mm. Mm.
Um, so talking of socks, that's my finished objects this week.
Oh, let's see. Let's see.
I have I put them on on the gram and on the Facebook.
Oh, yes, I saw them. They're
Yeah.
fantastic.
So
Yes.
I've done two pairs.
Yep.
So these are the ones that I started. I've got the other ones on the other thing. So these are the ones I started on planes and trains, planes to Melbourne and trains to Bendigo. So I
They're
finished
really
those off.
cool.
Yeah. So this is done knits, and done knits I
Yep.
don't think dyes anymore.
Does she not?
Well, I haven't seen.
Wasn't she at Arbitron?
I don't think that was done knits, was it?
Oh, I'm thinking of Die Happy. No, not Die Happy. That
No,
was done
was it
with
the
the
ones that did the?
dragons.
Yeah, but then when I've looked online, it says that she doesn't dye, and
Huh.
ugh,
Well,
was it
on Wheels has double.
Marina? Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Also thought that she didn't dye anymore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Oh, there you go.
I don't know. Well, if she does, fantastic. If not, that's a shame. Oh my
Mm,
gosh, I got this from Julie from Wool and Wheels when she
yep.
was here in Tauranga last year.
Mhm.
Oh, hey, I'm in Tauranga today. I'm always in Tauranga, except when I'm with with Kylie.
Yep.
Yeah, it's beautiful yarn to knit with. I love the stripes. It's not quite a rainbow, but it's like rainbow-esque.
It's pretty rainbowy.
Yeah, there's no orange.
No, but there's pink, which is even better. There's no pink in the rainbow.
That's
So you're
true.
right. It's rainbow-esque.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
So I know it's the Dalicanium um again. So part of the Alhuvian along.
Oh yeah, I'm doing woefully at that.
So I've done my one Whovian thing so
You're
far.
better than me so far. Yeah.
My other ones I did were I was doing socks on a plane.
Mhm.
So a few weeks ago I went to Dunedin, so this was my socks on a Dunedin plane. So I'd done one. No, had I? Was I doing them two at a time? I was doing them two at a time. So I'd gone. I think I was just at. So it went top down. So I was just about here when I
Right.
came back from Dunedin. So I just finished those ones
Good
off.
effort.
Yeah, I did. So this is my Zauber ball that kind of tried to match. Not too
You've done
bad.
pretty well for a Zalba ball. They just don't
Yeah.
seem to match perfectly,
I
eh?
don't think they match properly anyway, but you can tell it's the same ball of wool.
Hmm.
Yeah. And so socks on a plane is a nice one, just nice little cable down each side.
And did you do the cable the opposite way on one, or did you just do them
No,
the
just
same?
God no. I mean, it's lucky that it actually got a cable sometimes. And I and I finished it here because I got bored. So
Oh
I've got a
well,
really
that's
long
fine.
toe.
That's fine. Yep.
Yeah, and so I think the cable goes every, I don't know, 5 rows, but sometimes it goes 3 rows and sometimes it goes 7 rows. So yeah, but it's still pretty.
It's
That's
one of a
quite
kind.
that's right.
At
Yes.
least knitting them two at a time, they'll be the same cables, like they'll be
Oh,
cabled at the same point.
yes,
Yeah.
they are. So all
So
the
the mistakes
mistakes
are
are the same.
duplicated.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's always a plus.
Yeah, it's quite good. I was quite glad. It was nice to do something with a bit of pattern on.
Yep.
Like these
Oh,
ones,
that's cool.
yeah, pattern ones for a
Yeah.
change instead of just round and round. Although I do quite like round and round. There was my socks segue.
So I've been doing quite a bit of round and round sock knitting, but with color patterning.
Mm,
So
that's so cool.
this is for my son. It's pretty much the same size as my husband's foot now. He's
Is that
enormous.
is the um is it like a pink or a salmon or something?
Like an orangey color,
Orange
yeah.
color. Is that part
Yeah.
of the yarn?
No, so well, yes and no. So this was a set I got from the Knit Nook, the shop in Napier,
Yeah.
but it's dyed by Rainy Day Knits,
Yes. Yeah.
Rainy Day
Rainy day
Yarns.
yarn. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was a sock set with the matching mini. So it had a
Oh, yeah.
25-gram mini because it's DK.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And with this pattern is, sorry, I'll find the pattern. I've got the pattern. This is the one that I did a sock for Scarlett. It's the same dyer and it's actually the same pattern but DK. So
Mm-hmm.
it's the DK Vanilla Plus Sock Collection by Northwoods Knit Company.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, cool.
So there's a few different
Yeah. I like the stripe in it. It looks cool.
yeah, so there's three options. There's stripes for days.
Mm-hmm.
Try not to show stripes for days,
Mm-hmm.
which has got a stripe pattern through it that you use with a different one. Then there's fairly simple, fairly simple.
Oh, yeah.
Try not to show
So just
this.
a bit at the top and the bottom.
Yeah, so it's got
Yeah.
the ferrule pattern along the top and bottom, and then the one I'm doing, which is the color dipped.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that shows it a bit better. This one,
Yeah.
because this one's a bit, it is variegated. I think it shows it off pretty well.
Think so
But
too.
because he's got such a ginormous foot, I ran out of the mini.
Oh,
So this is only one, so I had divided it into two. So I did that obviously. Then I got to here and I did the stripes and increases, and I got to basically by the time I got to here, I was like, I'm going to run out. What am I going
yeah.
to do? So I decided to just finish this little bit
Mm.
because in terms of changing yarns and ends and whatnot, it was easy enough for me to do that. Then I switched back to the main color for this.
Yeah.
And then I was meant to go do another 3, 2, 1 going back, but I figured I already had 3 threes here. So
Yeah.
I did 3, 2. So I just did a 2 and a 1 with the opposite one. So on the second sock, might only do one of these threes, and I'll
Mm-hmm.
have to just start the striping halfway through the increases there. So it told you to start the striping halfway through at the start of the increases, and I actually think that it might have been better for her to have worked out, if you're this size, then you need to start the color up here.
Yeah. Did you,
So
is that toe up with a heel and flap and gusset thing?
yes, that's a flap and gusset. So that's why.
From toe up.
Toe up. Yep.
I don't know how to do that. I can only do flap and gusset top down.
Yeah, you can do it both ways, both directions.
I might have to learn,
I did
I might have to learn that one.
yeah, well, I did the flap and gusset for this because he's wearing a pair at the moment with a Fish Lips Kiss heels, which is a short road heel. And I've noticed they're getting a bit of wear sort of here on the hinge. And I'm thinking, okay, so he needs a bit more room here, which is what the flap and gusset gives.
Yeah.
So I've also done
my flap and gusset ones are always top down.
right.
I don't know how to do it the other way. If I go the other way, I do short row heel.
Right, okay. Yeah. Oh darn, this other sock. Scarlett's other sock is actually in my handbag. That's okay. So this is the other one I've been working on that's doesn't show the color progression quite as well because the mini matches the main color quite well.
There's
Yeah.
really, really pretty colours.
Yeah, so this is for Scarlett and I'm so close to finishing. Like I've just got to finish, but I got excited and
Yeah.
This was my work knitting. That's why
Yeah.
I was here at the beginning of the week. But
Wow.
because I know, because I reached here. Do you remember that debacle like maybe a month or two ago where I got stuck in the car for 3 hours without
Without
knitting?
you knitting. Yeah.
So my work knitting now comes with me into the
Yes.
car every afternoon.
Yeah.
It doesn't come into the house
Mm.
unless I've got to do a flap and gusset.
Yeah.
But one afternoon this week, I had to pick the kids up. I don't normally have to pick them up, they normally ride. By the time I think I left work at 2:30, picked Scarlett up at 3, then drove around to pick Calvin up at like 3:15 or whatever. Meanwhile, I'm doing like 5 kilometers an hour. So I was doing a little bit of knitting, I was basically in queues.
Yeah.
Um, and Calvin had piano at 3:45. Well, we literally just made it home at 3:43 or something. And then I had to go out again to drop him off. Like I was like, just run in and get your books, Calvin. And then I dropped him off. So in that time, I did like this much knitting. And so I was like, well, I'm just going to finish this. So I finished that. And then yesterday, I had my car windscreen replaced. So I was sitting in a cafe and just so happened that Julie met me there
Nice.
in Chloe and I almost finished it. So I was like, wow,
Oh,
I've knit a whole sock in a week, which is really good going for me.
it's really good.
Anyway, that was a really long story as to how I've gotten through that. I should have said this yarn is
Mm.
a sock yarn kit from Giddy Yarns in Scotland.
No.
This is so soft, this yarn. It is so beautiful. I'm really pleased I'm using, oh, it's quite similar to this actually.
It is, yeah.
I'm really pleased I'm using this for socks for Scarlett because of her sensory issues. She's just going to love them.
Mm.
It's often difficult to get her in socks. So,
Mm.
yes. What else have you knit? Have
Well,
you finished it?
I think no, there's my finished one. I've cast on another pair of socks though.
Oh, well, let's talk all the socks.
Okay. So, you know how I got my yarn in Indigo for
Yes.
Stephen West?
Yep.
Well, this is my Stephen West sock cast on that's not Stephen West.
Oh. Fantastic. I saw that pattern.
Yeah, so this is the Pressed Flower Socks by Amy Christopher. So the same lady that does the jumper and the
Yep.
cowl and that sort of thing. Yeah. So it's a slip stitch pattern and it's I'm doing it Cola Girl Collective, my
Lovely.
my two colours.
I have big plans to do that cardigan next year.
Quite an easy pattern.
Yep. I
You were
want to
talking
spin for
you were talking about how soft your yarn is. This is beautiful
it.
as well. Really soft and squishy.
That's awesome. Have you got a visitor there?
He's looking over my shoulder. Are you recording? Yes, and we're recording.
To be fair, guys, sometimes we sit and natter for a bit well, most of the time, we sit and natter before we start recording. And then after we finish recording, we sit and natter for a bit. So it's a fair question.
Right, it was a fair question. Anyway, I haven't really worked on them a lot, and they've grown a lot.
They're beautiful.
Yeah, so they're like I think there's probably about a little bit more to go on the like the leg is one repeat of the pattern, and then it does I think a short row heel, and then
Oh,
you've got I'm using my new Prim needles. So
nice.
this is a purchase I did in Bendigo as well that we didn't talk about. So I bought myself some Prim needles, which we don't get really easily in New Zealand.
I've never seen them.
No, they're carbon something, and they've got I don't know, can you see the little bobble on the end of that?
Hmm.
Yeah, so they've got what did I call them? Dolphin
Dolphin
nose.
nose?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what the
dolphin
guy
nose.
called it. So the dolphin nose ends, so it doesn't split the yarn, and they're supposed to be ergonomic too.
They're
Oh,
really cool.
yeah, they're really nice. I wish you bought some more
Uh, Next time
next
in
time.
Bendigo.
Yeah, just in Australia, really.
Just be something to keep an eye out for. Or
Mm.
possibly ask someone like maybe Alana at Lupine or someone to get them in.
Yeah, yeah, because the Prim guy said he wasn't allowed to ship to New Zealand, but
Oh,
people can buy off him to sell. Like Prim
right.
weren't allowed. Yeah, so and he was the Prim man.
Oh, okay.
Um,
So he's only got a license for to sell within Australia. Right.
yeah, yeah. But he like there was lots of crochet hooks and all sorts of things. They're really cool.
You
Hmm.
could always buy them and get them sent to my parents,
Well, there you
and they
go.
can bring them over.
Mum's coming for a visit.
Mum's coming in a couple of weeks, yes. So just saying, if you wanted some, there's an opportunity.
Yeah. But yeah, I like them. They're nice. And I do like these socks. Yeah,
They're really nice, yeah.
I'm enjoying them. It's not
Good.
you know how sometimes patterns are kind of difficult to follow? It's
Yep,
not. Like once you've got one line, you're all right for a couple of rows.
yep.
You have to
That's
do
really good.
everything twice pretty much.
Very good.
So there you go. That was my sock cast on that's not the sock cast on I was going to do.
Well, I mean, this was a stock cast on since we last talked,
Mm.
but I didn't. Yeah, I haven't even finished it. I've only done one. I
Yeah.
haven't even cast on the second one, but I'll have to cast it on before Monday so that I've got knitting on Monday.
But that's the thing, that's not really carry around knitting.
No,
No.
no, you don't want to carry that one around.
Other things aren't really carry around knitting either.
Have you got any vanilla socks on the needles then at all?
No, not at the moment.
You might have to cast something on before Monday too.
I know, I definitely will. I need something for
Sundays are for casting on vanilla socks.
of my meeting when I've been at home with meetings this week. I have had a round and round pattern, but it's not socks,
Right.
nor is
What
it
have
a
you been
cowl.
doing? Oh, what is it? Is it a sweater?
It is a sweater.
What have you cast on?
Well, since we'd last talked, I cast on two sweaters.
Right.
One of them's finished, is out there blocking at the moment, so I can't show you because it'll be all drippy. So I have done a ranunculus with my hand spun. I love it
Oh,
so
with your
much.
one. Fantastic.
So I took two risks with it.
Hmm.
Let me tell you about the first risk. You're just gonna go, yeah, that's normal. It's like I didn't swatch right. My other risk was a bit of a bigger risk,
Okay.
in that I didn't wash my hand spun before I used it.
Well, that is a risk. Oof.
I knew I was going to get a reaction,
Because
but it's
handspun can shrink, man, because it's so springy.
that's
Wow.
right. I
But
know.
but a ranunculus has a lot of room.
That's right. It's oversized with a big needle. I thought
Yeah.
if I'm gonna get away with it, it's gonna be with this.
Yeah.
Um, as it's drying, I'm checking it. It's getting fluffier. It's getting really cold,
Excellent.
really nice. It's not shrinking.
Excellent.
Yeah, if anything, it's grown a bit.
Have you pinned it at all, or have you just
No,
laid
it's
it out?
just flat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
wonderful.
yes. So that was my
Well
Barbie
done.
spin. Um,
Ah.
yeah, so I didn't actually finish my Barbie spin. I'm just looking at the other half over there, which is still on my wheel. So I used one of the ones. So I got the fluff that I bought in Bendigo, which was really a really Barbie pink. And
Mm.
the what I paired it with was my Anna Gretton um pinks with little bits in it.
Mhm. Sprinkles.
Sprinkles, yeah.
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 Was that an apricot or a pink?
It was pink.
It
I
was
got the
pink.
pink
Oh, so it was the
one.
strawberry sprinkles, same as
Yeah.
what I've got. Yeah.
Yeah, so there's the strawberry
Cool.
sprinkles in that one. So I started off at the top with the just with the darker ones, and then I started striping strawberry sprinkles in. Um,
Nice.
once I went, once I got to just under the split,
You
I weighed. I didn't actually weigh it, so
sort of went, That's about 80
I
grams.
took some of the dark pink off. Oh yeah, that's
Yep.
enough. And that went over there. And then I did weigh the sprinkles so that I would have enough for arms.
Mm-hmm.
So I think my arms are about to here, so bracelet arms. And
Cool.
I've done the cast off with the dark pink,
Nice.
and I've got about this much left.
Well done.
Yeah. So that
That's
was
very well
that
done.
was that
Yeah.
one. So that was lots of round and round knitting.
Right.
Also have other round and oh, am I carrying on with
Because
my
because once you get through the yoke on the ranunculus, it's just all plain
yeah,
knitting. Isn't it? I haven't
yeah.
knit it myself yet, but
I did find it hard to have two colours on the go for both arms. So I
right.
decided to do both arms at once
Yep.
so that they were both the same length and yeah, so
Yep.
and I kind of flipped between because I've got some smaller 6 mils. I've got two sets of 6 mil like
Right.
round the arm ones. So I flipped between one long one with them both on until I got in too much of a knot
Yep.
because it was coming off one ball of yarn, actually two balls of yarn, like which were being striped. And then I went to this arm just by itself and this arm, and I did one round, one round, one round, one round. So it got a little bit tough.
Yeah.
Let's say Thursday evening, I was kind of over it.
I have to say I would have split the balls of
Yeah,
yarn.
yeah.
Yeah.
I thought about it, but well, then because it's like, how do you do that with hand spun when it's not all the same fatness?
Oh,
Because
that's fair enough. Yeah,
yeah,
that's true.
like if you weigh it, you
Yeah.
could still have different. Like it's not going to be the same, is it?
True.
Yeah.
That's very true. Yeah.
Oh, I'm so glad you did that because that's what I was expecting when I said, "Ooh."
So what was the other one you held up before?
Oh, yeah, my other cast on is a Tin Can Knits one,
Oh,
and it's Ice Fall.
it's a beautiful color.
So this is Ice. Oh, I'll show you. This is Ice Fall jersey.
Oh, nice.
So it's just got a little bit of color work here.
Yep.
So I have obviously I'm knitting my arms inside out. So there we go. There's my little bit of color work here,
It's so
and
cute.
you knit the arms first. So I'm doing two arms at a time.
I love that about tin can knits, how you knit the arms
Yeah.
first because that's your swatch.
Oh, is that?
You could measure it
Yeah.
now and make any adjustments that you need to for the body.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Well, I thought I'd just knit until I've run out of this, and that's how long
What's
the
the
arms are going to
yarn?
be. It's West Yorkshire Spinners.
Oh, right.
So I've got 3 balls of this one.
Yep.
What's it called? Amethyst.
Beautiful.
And my contrasting,
Is it hand spun?
no.
Oh,
So that's a Kiwiana one.
ah,
It's called Toy Toys.
toy toys. Nice.
So that's going to be my contrast. It's not the
Beautiful.
original contrast because I've always thought I'd make a jersey with this with something contrasting. And I'd
Yep.
bought one of their multicolored sock yarns to do it with.
Right.
But I decided I preferred the lime green to go with the purple.
I love purple and green, lime green like that. It's a great combination. Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I've been doing.
Very
That's
good.
my round and round in meetings, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because I thought about when I came back from the fabulous yarn festivals was, gosh, I have seemed to have quite a lot of yarn. I probably need to cast on a lot of things.
Yeah.
So 2 jerseys,
Yeah.
some socks. Mm-hmm.
Um, I've finished one of my pre-2023 whips.
Oh,
Yes, so this is number 15
cool.
out of 23. So I'm trying to do 23, finish 23 whips in 2023, and the whips have to be, a whip is a work in progress, prior to, so they had to already have been cast on at the beginning of 2023.
Yeah.
Now, this is a bit of a fail. It's a beret.
Why is
with
it a
a
fail? It's got a,
It's a beret, but it's got a nipple.
does have a nipple, but berets are supposed to have a bobble on the top like that.
Are they?
Well, usually a little one, maybe not quite a nipple.
I wanted to show this because things don't always work out as per the plan. But this was it was in an Interweave Knits magazine. I'm trying to think what it's called. Doesn't matter. It had like but it did have a pattern on it. So I'm wondering if that made a difference. I grabbed this and took it to work, not realizing that a copy of the pattern wasn't in the bag.
Right.
So I got there and I was like, well, I'm not going to not knit. So I just knit the whole thing, just plain, instead of using the pattern. And then the decreases included weird bits from the pattern. So I'm wondering if that actually had an impact on
Have you blocked
this.
it?
I haven't, but I don't think blocking is going to
Well,
heal that.
it might do. Might flatten it out a bit. I
I'm
think
just
I've
going
got
to.
a bobble on there.
I could. This is just going to be
A
a
nipple tassel.
donation. A tassel.
Nipple tassel.
Nipple tassel. This is for donation. This is a donation beret now. I'm going to tear it back to here, and the decreases were every third row in this section. I'm just going to decrease every row.
Yeah.
Going in, and then I'll be happier. I'm not giving that to someone.
But then you might love it.
I did put it on a plate to see if it made a difference.
Yeah.
So it's been sitting on a plate with the nipple sticking up like that in my kitchen all week.
Right.
Just to see if the kids, found it amusing. And so I've found them in there just doing this randomly.
Oh, that's probably why it's sticking up.
Yeah, that's made it worse, I think. And I'll be like, oh, you like my nipple hat? And they'll be like, stop. They'd be stop.
I like.
So beyond, sorry.
I said I liked the nipple hat.
Yeah. Do you want the nipple hat?
Fine, thank you.
No. Okay. All right. So moving past the nipple hat, I've been doing a bit of swatching.
You said you've been swatching. I got pictures of your swatches.
Smells good because I use soak when I swatch. I'm pleased I swatched, and I'm pleased I measured before I swatched with this one. So this is for my next Zweig, using my very pink Barbie Margot, and this is going to be the contrast. So the really good thing about having the contrast is that, and using the exact same yarn, is that I can swatch in the contrast, and
you probably don't need as much of that, do you?
I only need 70% of this for this sweater. So I don't have to be conserving yarn with this, which is good because I do the in the round swatch.
Is that why there's lots of ends?
That's why they're actually loops.
Oh, okay.
Because what you do is you knit across and then you slide everything back across and you grab a loop. And you knit across that loop. You use that loop as you're knitting, as if you're just knitting across. That's how you swatch in the round. So it mimics how you knit in the round.
So it worked out well. So you said you were glad, as was there a difference?
Yeah, when I washed it, it came out perfect. So that's good. So something else I do with my swatches is that, see how I've got the pins, hanging down? That's the swatch number of stitches and number of rows
Yeah.
in 4 inches. So it means that you don't have to keep counting.
Yeah.
You can just get your 4 inches and go, yep, that's right, or no, that's way off, and it works. And that's actually the pattern on the body. So I've done it
Nice.
in as well. So very happy with that swatch.
Cool.
Another swatch I've done is, remember my So Faded sweater?
Yes.
Cardigan. So, and I have enough left to make one for my daughter.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to knit that by hand. That's going to be a machine knit. So I swatched on the machine with the one that I had the most of, which is the
Yes.
Toxic. And I just did 3 different tensions,
Oh,
2,
yeah.
3, and 4. And again, glad I swatched because I got my daughter to, she's got sensory issues. I got my daughter to actually feel it, see which fabric she likes the best, and she chose the middle one. So good.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah. So now from that, with machine knitting, I'm not necessarily going to follow a pattern as such.
Mm.
I'll kind of sort of follow a pattern, but I'm going to do flat pieces and then seam it. But I can use this as the maths, the number of stitches and number of rows to get it to fit her body, which is really what you do with machine knitting. It's all a maths thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, you just swatch, so you're supposed to do that with normal knitting too, I think.
Yeah, but with normal knitting patterns, someone's done the hard work for you. I think that's kind of the point, that with machine knitting, there's just not enough patterns around.
Yeah.
So you have to do it all yourself, which is fine. I appreciate a challenge, but I'm going to have to be in the right frame of mind to sit down and do the maths.
You've been doing maths a lot lately.
Yeah, a lot of maths. Yeah. What else? I've been working on some bigger projects, so I've pulled out. Go back a bit. I've pulled out my. Is it Find Your Fade? I've pulled out my Find Your Fade again.
Oh, yes, nice. Oh, I really like that.
Yeah, because after Fibertron, on the morning of Fibertron, my maths for the year was 0.
That's right, yes.
It went up significantly on the day. If I finish this, I can subtract 7.
Whoa.
Because there's 7 skeins of yarn in this.
Wow.
But I can't count it until I'm done.
Yes.
Because I'm not using 100%. But if I finish the object, I can count it. So this is by Andrea Mowry. It is the So Faded in the original color combination. So I am on my second last color.
Oh, yeah. So you're decreasing now.
I haven't been decreasing. No, there's no decrease.
Oh, okay.
So what it does is you shift the spine.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
See how the
So it goes
spine
that
is
way.
shifting up? Yeah, so I'll end up with the flat end of it. That's how it kind of works out. So I've just finished the 5th color, and I'm on to the 6th color. And once I've done now it's just a big block. It's like 14 rows of plain rows of that. Then I do the lace, and then I fade to the last color, and there's not even any lace for the last color.
So not far. It's not far.
Very, very close. So I'm almost exclusively knitting on that now.
Yeah, nice.
So last time I showed you this, that's where I was.
Oh, wow.
And and when I picked it up recently, I was at I think I was 4 rows into the lace. So I've done this much since in the last week or so. So it's.
And is there lots of soccer watching at your house this weekend to be finishing that?
We don't have Sky, so we can't actually watch
It's on
this.
Prime.
Is it?
It's on free on Prime.
Oh, it hasn't been.
That's how we've been watching it.
Oh, we don't have TV either.
Oh, okay.
We only have catch up, so we can now watch it if it's on channel 1, channel 2, Duke 3,
Mhm.
Bravo, and one more, but it's not Prime.
Shame.
Yeah.
That's
So the
that.
other
That's
big
ours.
project.
That's my knitting time this weekend. Watching. Well, we've got quite into the Women's World Cup.
It's been great, hasn't it? It's been really, really good. I think Jeremy streamed it somehow
Mm.
for a couple of games, but I don't know how. I can't tell you how. So the other thing big project I've been working on is my
Oh, your blanket.
blanket, the slip extravaganza blanket.
Nice. Wow.
I am out of several colors,
Yes.
like completely gone.
Yeah.
Um, so
Cool.
last time I showed you, I think I was up to there last time I showed you. So I ran out of this blue. Oh,
Mhm.
I actually made a boo-boo and did the blues the wrong way around.
Mm.
I was not going to rip that back.
No.
Um, so I've run out of that blue. I've run out of the aqua color here.
Mhm.
From now on, these colors were only used for this bit, so there's enough for me to do a full bubble of all of those colors.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm going to do after that. I haven't made a decision yet. I'm just getting through it, but it's huge already. Like,
It's really good.
yeah, and it'll block out even
Yeah.
bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I'm really, really happy with it. So the yarns I'm using, the grey is a random um skeins sale yarn, and this is a
There's your sock
uh
petition, was it?
sock matician yarn in the 9 different colors. I'm only using 7 at this point. I've got 2 more colors. So that's what I'm hoping to just get to the end of this bit. And then the next bit is another similar to this.
Yeah.
And I've got the grey and the black in this. And I
Yeah.
thought I'd do that. And then I've still got enough of this light grey to do a border.
Yeah. Nice.
Mm,
Fantastic.
yeah. So maybe I'll just do an icon border or
Yeah.
something like that.
It's really cool. I like it.
I'm really happy.
Um,
But the thing is, I've kind of stalled a bit because previously it was like, ooh, if I finish this bubble, I'll be able to -1 from my count.
yes.
Now I'm like, oh, I'm not going to finish the whole thing. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Anyway, it's still a fun knit.
This is my blanket.
Woo! That's looking great.
So this is hand spun. So
Yeah,
I
nice.
have all my bits of hand spun that I've used in other things or stuff that like my original hand spun, which yeah, it's not good for much really. But so I'm
That's a great idea, though.
holding two together, and it's just a big granny, really. Just a super granny.
Very nice.
I'm just using a number 6 um thingy jiggy crochet hook,
6 mil or number 6?
6 mil crochet hook, and so that's if I'm knitting because my knitting at the moment, like apart from my round and rounds, all my other knitting's got patterns and stuff. So if it gets a bit later on in the evening, it's like, well, I'll just put that down. I'll just do a couple of rounds on this.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm really liking the colours and how
Mm.
it's yeah. I'm a bit worried about putting other colours in now. I'm getting a bit, oh, now which colour should I put in next?
You could always fade it too, could you? Oh, it's a bit harder
Well,
to
yeah, because
fade with.
I am holding two together.
Yeah, so you can fade it.
Yeah. This was how much I had left of my pink, my
So
ribbon.
if you fade that, you might not have much to show for it.
No, probably won't even go round once.
Yeah. You could also do smaller squares and do like finish up that square and do a border.
Yeah, I could. Yeah,
Mm.
absolutely could. It's quite heavy because it's held double and
Yeah.
it's hand spun, so it's quite a heavy blanket.
That'd be lovely in the middle of winter.
Yeah,
Mm.
we'll see how I go. I mean, I'll just carry on while the weather's a bit cooler.
Yeah.
Because when it sits on your lap, it's a bit warm.
That's when I find I want to do this one, this
Yes.
blanket, when the dog comes and hops on my lap at night, is because she's cold. She
Yeah.
wants this blanket on her. So that's when I pull that out. But previous to that, I'll be working on my faded.
Sure. Yeah. I
Yeah.
after we talked last time
Hmm.
and how I was because I was wearing a handspun jersey that I'd knitted. Was that and I'd forgotten how much I enjoyed knitting with my handspun, hence
Yeah.
my ranunculus, hence my crochet blanket, and another thing that I've cast on. So this is out of this book,
Oh,
and I'm making number 5, which is called Silta.
oh, that's really pretty.
So it's just a triangle, and it's just got
Hmm.
different stitches through it. So there's some pictures.
Lovely.
And I thought, well, I'm going to use my handspun, and my hands. This is what it's looking like so far.
Oh, beautiful.
So this, what I'm knitting with, is. Did I finish? Okay. Typical, eh? Halfway through a row. I probably thought better finish that before we talk, and then I put it down and forgotten. I think I picked up my socks. So
Yep.
it's two bats of Annette's, which
Yeah.
were both very, very similar, which I've spun separately and then just plied together. So
I
there's
was just thinking how nice that pattern would be with something I've spun from her bats.
yeah, nice. It's
Mm.
knit on quite big needles, so it's number 5. So it's supposed to be DK.
Right.
Obviously, um my
Sorry, number fives or 5 mils?
sorry, 5 mils.
No, that's okay. Just for our viewers, because I know
Who,
internationally it's different.
who knew there's different things? It's the bigger ones.
Yeah, five
So
mil.
5 mils, yeah.
Yeah,
So 5 mils, and it's for DK, but my spin is kind of more sportish
right.
with occasional blobs of DK in it, which you can see, just occasional blobs. When I thought it was going to be more of a fade than it is, but it's still kind of faded in here.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's super soft.
No, I think it works really well.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's my other handspun project that I've cast on since last time we spoke.
That's really good.
Oh, thanks.
So you're not only feeling like you need to knit with your stash, you're feeling like you need to knit with your handspun too.
That's
Or
right.
is it more
Yeah.
that you want to knit with your
I
handspun?
think it's more that I want to. I mean, I enjoy it.
Yeah.
Like I enjoy knitting with it's like I don't know, it's extra gratification or something. That
Yeah.
not only are you making something, but you've also made the yarn to make the something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, total gratification. Are you knitting anything else?
I mean I am, but not actively.
I have one
Um,
more.
I've been weaving though, but show us your last knitted item and then we'll talk weave.
My last on the needles that
Cast on.
I'm working on. I cast this on before Fibretron, but we didn't talk about it, so I'm talking about it now. I am making the cafe knitting.
Cafe knitting, yep, sure,
Yeah,
by
cool.
Stephen West.
Yeah, that one.
Yep.
I don't know which way it goes. Can go this way. So
It goes
I
whatever way you want.
yeah
That's how you wear a shawl.
started fading. Well, I'm fading the next color in. So these are my colors. Da, 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 da.
Oh,
One, two,
lovely.
three. Yeah,
That's going to be
and
beautiful.
my yarns are starting off with yarn therapy.
Hmm.
Um, high merino twist color ornamental cabbage. So that's what that started with. Then it's moved into this, which is a Moonrise Yarn Company,
Nice.
which doesn't have a colour on it. Oh, yeah, oh, it might do. A
It's a
Bravery.
very small batch dyer.
Yeah, it's Bravery. And it's got little bits, I mean, what you can't see is it's got the bits of green in it that is really similar to this.
Ah,
So that's
interesting.
why I thought it would like go nice. So like that one's got little bits of dark that goes into that. I spent a lot of time picking my colours. Thank you to you and Jan for your feedback.
I don't think I was on board with much of that
No,
day.
came in at the end,
I came in at the end and went, "Yay, all the colors!"
pretty much. And then I'm finishing it with this, which is okay. So this is where I'm mixing my fibers. So we've
Right.
gone merino. Now we're on to Polworth and alpaca to finish. And this
That's
is
really soft.
yes, this is purple one, and it is a Kiwiana one, and it's
Very nice.
purple.
She doesn't name her colorways, does she?
She does sometimes because the other one is my the one I've on my Tin Can Knits jersey is called Toy
Oh
Toy.
yeah. Oh
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah. This one's called Purple. It could be that I got it on as a special, and
Ah,
like sometimes, yeah, I like her sales.
mm,
Mm.
very good.
So that's my other thing I'm knitting as well, which
That's a
I
little
mean
bit vanilla as well, it too,
it
isn't it?
is, yeah. And
Yeah.
well, it's vanilla, but it's got lots of pearls in it, and
Yeah.
it's got slipping.
Oh, okay. So maybe
It's
not.
the
Oh,
slipping,
right.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's. I mean, it's you don't need to follow the pattern.
No.
Like once you've got the pattern, it's the same. It's just I'm just striping this. It's the same until this runs out now,
Yeah.
and then I have to go and see what the next bit looks like. But that's all, and yeah. So there we go. I've I've gone quite big with my two jerseys and two big shawls.
Yeah, you have. And you've made a lot of progress.
I know. But that
Yeah.
one had been,
Considering
yeah, I'd been knitting on that quite a lot before fiber
right
drum.
before. Right. Fair enough.
Now show me
Were you
you
knitting?
weaving. Oh, sorry.
Well, wait, were you knitting on that before Bendigo?
No. Oh,
Oh,
yes.
oh,
I had cast it on, so I took that and my socks
I
to
was going to
Melbourne.
say, I thought that you might have taken that to Bendigo.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't take it to Bendigo. I took my socks in the end. And I
right,
didn't do much of it at all when I was in Melbourne.
right.
I had these imaginations, cafe knitting in Melbourne, but no, I didn't do it.
I didn't do much knitting in Melbourne either,
No.
which I thought I was going to knit. I thought I was going to finish like 2 socks in that weekend, and I'm still going on that.
Yeah.
Um, so my weaving,
It's
I did a clasped weft, which is very fancy,
really fancy.
really fancy.
Looks so cool.
Isn't it cool? So there's a couple of things going on in this. I'll
Mm-hmm.
sort of, how will I hold it up? I'll hold it up and talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
So the first thing is that the warp, which is this way, is a Zalba ball. So it goes from black through the grays to the white.
I think I've
And
got that one.
it is the coolest thing for a warp.
Okay.
Like, look at that. Isn't that
Really cool.
fascinating?
Yeah.
The whole time I was just like, this is the most fascinating study in black and white, black
Yes.
versus white in weaving. And I was enraptured the whole time. It
Oh,
was
cool.
just such a joy to do because of that. So then the warp, no, the weft, which is a crossways, is a clasped weft. So what you do is you put one color on your shuttle,
Mhm.
then you have the other color just sitting in a bowl or something on one side, and you put your first color through and you grab the other one and you pull it through and then you kind of move it to decide where it's going to be. So I just did this kind of pattern, and every now and again I got a little bit fancy and did some other things, and whatever. It was actually
So,
probably more that I picked it up and wasn't thinking about what I was doing. But The weft yarns I've used, this is a very plain pink that
Mhm.
is from Nundle Woolen Mills. And that was a great one because 50-gram balls.
Ah,
So
yes.
because I only needed 50 grams of each, so it was 100-gram for the warp and then less than 50 grams of each
But
for
did you do that was 4 ply as well?
4 ply, all 4 ply.
Mm.
Yep. So to
I
me,
guess
the
because you're
focus
doing your class weft, it's two at a time, so it grows quite quickly rather than
really
having to do
quickly.
some. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So there's actually 2 layers. It's
yes.
hard to see, but there's 2 layers in each between each. Yeah.
Oh,
And this color, this multicolored one, is a dye candy
cool.
um yarn, and it's so cool. I love it.
It was so I was like, wow, I've been showing people. I was like, look.
It's so, so cool. So, if you're a weaver and so this is just on a rigid heddle too, um, and all you've done is sort of plain weaving, give this a go. It is honestly, you have to concentrate the first couple of rows, and that is it.
Yeah.
After that, you'll have it. Like, and I also just did a little bit at each end with the grey
Mm-hmm. Oh
because I
yeah.
just had a tiny bit left,
Yeah.
and because I wanted to do the hem stitch, I didn't want to do it in one of the clasped weft colors. So I
Makes sense.
just did it in the grey, seeing
Mm-hmm.
as it's nice and neutral. And I've just left them, I've just cut them as a fringe, both the same length. And I was
Mm-hmm.
wearing it today. I wore it to soccer and it was so, so sunny. I'm sitting there like this. Like this.
That
And
was
it
the picture.
stopped.
That was the
Yeah,
picture.
that was the picture. And it stops the sun because I've done such a good job. There was no holes. And so I'm sitting there like this as well, like around the back of my neck, so the back of my neck doesn't burn.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I was feeling really not looking cool, feeling temperature cool,
Yeah.
thinking this makes a lot of sense. I understand why the desert people wear this because it's actually really practical.
Yeah.
So yes, this
Fantastic.
was if you think your mum's embarrassing, this is me at soccer today.
Oh my gosh. And so
uh,
is this for you, not for the kid, not for
this
one of the
this is
kids?
for me. This is the
Nice.
first thing I've woven for myself.
Yeah.
I'm
Nice.
not I'm not 100% happy with the length. I would have liked it to be a bit longer.
Mm.
That's okay. I'm still keeping it. I'm still going to use it as a scarf for myself, but I can see another one in the very near future. I'm going to do a clasped warp.
Ooh, that would be fun.
Yeah, or difficult.
Someone at the door.
Oh,
Oh,
oh.
weird.
Tell them you're podcasting.
Come
You
on,
can't
we're
answer.
recording. Go away.
So when I was what the other thing I wanted to say about this was because
Mm,
I've got a lot of different yarns in my stash and I wanted to use stash yarn. I didn't want to buy for this. What I did was I sorted my stash into content.
hmm. That's right.
So I just got all my fiber. My lounge room just looked like a bomb had gone off in it. So I just got all my fingering weight and separated into content, and then within the content, I chose 3 yarns. So this one, I ended up going with the 75% merino, 25% nylon
Hmm.
content, so that I could get a similar amount of shrinkage because with weaving, you chuck it in the washing machine and in the dryer, and I didn't want things to
Shrink in
shrink
weird
differently.
ways.
And it worked really well.
That's
So
cool.
yeah,
Excellent.
yes, very happy. But I am wondering next time, maybe I'll do a classed warp
Mm.
in 2 colors, similar sort of idea to this, and then use a whole Zauber ball.
Oh, so do the same but
Crossways?
opposite.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
So that's my thoughts. I might even do like a black and white
Mm.
with a colored Zauber ball.
Nice. Very cool.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm hoping that YouTube, because YouTube picks the picture that goes on the channel. I
Yes.
hope it picks the one of you with your scarf around your head. Because that would be really funny.
Oh my God. You'll notice that when I post to Instagram, I watch a little bit and take a screenshot rather than
Yes.
posting what YouTube suggests.
Yeah.
Because I often don't like what YouTube suggests.
No, I try. Sometimes it gives a couple of options, but they usually have one of us with our gob wide open. So
Yeah. Yeah. There's usually like one of us looks okay. But and yeah.
yeah, as long as they mix it up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So did you bring your spinning from spin what is it? What did we do? Fiber to fleece? Two to fleece.
Well, I used some of it.
You've used some of it.
Yeah, but
Well,
no, I didn't bring it. Have you brought
I'll
yours?
sh I'll show you mine.
Yes, please do.
Um,
Tour de fleece.
two to fleece. Thank you. I really am useless at remembering that. I've got a bit of purchases at the top here, but that's from my not Spendigo purchase. So we can go through that too. So I've got what's in there? Oh yeah. I made
Oh, nice.
Spin Cycle Plump.
That's right. Yes, lovely.
Yeah. So I was really inspired by the Spin Cycle Plump that I just purchased from Lupine and knit a hat with. That I decided to spin some.
How did you find spinning fat?
I'm not good at it. I used my traditional wheel, my Ashford traditional. I have a jumbo. I have the jumbo flyer, which has a really, really big what do you call the thing? The ratio. It's got a really big diameter
Oh, yeah.
for the ratio. So I was working on a very small ratio so
Okay.
that I could spin fatter. So I used my wheel. I used my tool to spin fatter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
And I did like a sort of a fractal without doing a fractal. So this is a total of about 400 grams.
Wow.
What I did was I just I had one pack that was all different blues and greens, and that was 250 grams. So I split that into two, and then I was like, what else have I got? And I had some like 25 grams of this white. So I was like, just split that. And I found some more. Oh, I had 100 grams from Nundle. That is just the most delicious fiber. My in-laws are coming over in October, and I'm seriously thinking about getting them to bring some Nundle fiber because they're only 40 minutes from Nundle, and it'll give Jenny an excuse to go out there.
So what are you going to make with this 400 grams worth?
I have no idea. Yeah. So sorry. So I just randomly split stuff, and then when I spun the first lot, I just picked up a piece and spun it end to end. Then the second bobbin, when I picked up a piece, I broke it into a few pieces. And so that gave the fractally sort of look about it. So that's how I did that.
That's really cool.
What else have I got? Oh, I thought I had more. Oh, I already showed the other one. But this was from my drop spindle. My first turtle off my drop spindle. I did show that last time, but the whole turtle fell apart, so I had to skein it. I still haven't weighed it or counted it, so I have no idea. But it looks about a sport weight.
Yeah.
And it's really floofy.
So
that was done on my Turkish spindle, ply on the fly.
Cool.
Yep. So that's spinning.
And you're spinning for your jersey next.
Yes, and I thought I'm going to take that away with me on our weekend, our retreat in September.
Nice.
Yeah. Have you got a plan for September retreat.
That's like next month. That's only next month,
It's only 3 weeks away.
is it?
4 weeks, maybe.
Oh, I don't know what those dates are.
It's the first weekend in September.
I haven't put them in the calendar.
It's
Oops.
Father's Day weekend. It's always
That's,
Father's
I
Day.
knew it's Father's Day weekend.
Yeah.
Okay. I better put those in the calendar, then I can think about it. He's felt bad, so he's gone next door now to make sure everything's all right.
Oh, yeah. So, have you got any purchases? Probably
No,
not, since last
no,
time.
God, no.
So, I have nothing new. This was all pre
That's
Vibe.
right. Yes.
So, my
You did
non-spender,
your non-Bendigo.
yeah. I got a pack with
That's a
this
cool one.
amazing bag.
It's very cool.
It's from Oh Wow in Amsterdam. These guys supply Stephen and Penelope.
Mm. Check you
Look,
up in all fancy pants.
I know, feeling very fancy here. So that's a hand painted fabric
Yeah,
and
cool.
handmade bag, and it's got all the pockets. It's got my Barbie project in it now,
Yeah,
but it's got all the pockets.
cool.
It's actually a really great bag, and a drawstring. So what that came with is some yarn that matches the bag.
Like those colours. Wow.
That
Wow.
is pretty true to color. What you're seeing,
Like fantastic.
it's amazing.
It's amazing.
I think that has to be a garment,
Yeah, totally.
or maybe. Yet to be decided. Maybe that way, actually. Which
Mm.
way do you think? That way or that way?
I like both ways.
All right. Anyway,
I think the bright pink up against your face looks better, maybe.
well, that's the thing which looks better.
Yeah, I think the bright pink,
Pink? Yep. Does
personally.
fit.
Or it could be that's just what I'm used to you seeing you wear.
Yep. So that's from Hodgepodge Skeins in the Blue Mountains, which is just
Oh,
inland from Sydney. Yeah. Beautiful. It's really, really soft too.
was
I
that?
have absolutely no regrets. That was not a cheap purchase. No
No,
regret.
excellent.
I also got some yarns from, oh, there was one more from an American dyer. I didn't grab it. Never mind. These are from Japan. This is a Japanese dyer
Oh,
called.
you went very international.
I did. I got Australian, American, and Japanese, and that was entirely on purpose.
Yeah. Oh, that's pretty.
So I got this mini skein set, and this is a double sock set.
Oh.
And it's got two 50-gram skeins and a 20-gram mini.
Mm.
The thought being that the 20-gram mini matches both of them.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Really pretty. I like those colors.
Yeah.
I like the different like splashes of.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. Very cool. But has your other one's got some bright orange in, did I see? Yeah. Is that like, yeah, like it. Nice.
I love this. And this.
Yeah.
That those three, they're my favorite.
Yeah.
Those three. These two, I can take or leave. That one's very nice. No, I do like that one. This one is a bit
Mm.
not me.
But yeah, it brings out the other colors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yes, so that was my not Bendigo spending.
That was pretty good. I mean, it wasn't like really enormous.
No.
I
And
think
she
you've been
sent
doing really well on your ins and outs.
I'm pretty happy with where I'm at.
Mm.
Oh, so this also included some little really cute stitch markers. Check out this little sheep.
Oh, cute. That's
So
very
cute.
cute.
3 different colors of those little sheets. And she included the most gorgeous little note and some little extra bits and pieces and like a couple of stitch markers, a K stitch marker, K for Kylie, and
Yeah,
very thoughtful. So that was from Stitchy Witches in Australia. They only ship within Australia.
yeah.
So yeah, I'm happy.
Cool. Very cool.
Yeah. Can you hear my dog?
Yeah, absolutely can.
She's ridiculous. So in the next little bit, we've got the Crankin, which we've already talked about. And then the first weekend of September, we've got the retreat.
Which
So
I totally didn't realize it was that close.
I think it might be 2 weeks away. No, it's only the 5th of August. It's a month away.
Yeah, yeah, totally.
Mm.
So the cranking next weekend?
Yep. And then, yeah, next weekend. And then how many weeks away is it? Is it 3 weekends or 4?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't look.
It's got to be 4.
Must be 4.
I'm looking it up now. 1, 2, 3. It is 4 weekends.
Yeah. So 3 weekends between then and now.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
So we'll get one more podcast in before then.
Yes.
I'll try to take some video of the at the crank-in and
Please
to
do.
share along.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm likely to be cranking, so
Other people
I'll
need
see
to
what I can.
play as well.
Yeah.
You'll be supervising.
Yes. Supervising my machine.
Yeah.
It's a bit risky, a crank-in with people who don't know what they're doing.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes. I
I know
won't be leaving my
you
machine.
you were a very good supervisor of me, and then it was easier if you did it.
I just had to take over occasionally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the yarn was a bit funny, wasn't it? And it kept
Yeah,
doing.
it wasn't good yarn.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I'm in the middle of a project on my machine. So I have to finish that before the crank in. And then I would like to do a tube on my 64 and then a tube on my 72. So just so that people can try them on to decide which size they want to do.
Yeah. Good idea.
Yeah. And
And then
also
you
if
can,
I've got them, I can show straight from the tube how to turn it into a sock.
yeah, get people chopping into you and knitting.
Yep. Absolutely.
And the people that you hang out with are good knitters, so I'm sure if I can do it, they can do it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're not just like Joe Blogs off the street.
Yeah.
I know them and yeah, they
Yeah.
know me. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
So, well, that will be fun. I'm sad I'm missing out, but also I'm going to have a good weekend as well. So
So you've got a romantic weekend and we've
yeah,
all
this is
decided
quite
that
romantic.
apparently sock knitting, not romantic.
No, no, not necessarily.
But it's machinery.
Yeah, true, true.
No,
Oh,
that's cool.
well, it's nice catching up. Shall we
Wrap
finish
it up.
up? Yeah, wrap it up. Wrap it up.
Yep. Wrap it up. Tie it with bow.
On it. Yeah. Oh, okie dokie. So lovely to see
Mati
you hang out. Yeah.
yeah,
Matiwa.
mati